I'm alive. Yeah, I'm alive. Okay, just making sure. Well, happy Halloween to begin with, and let's talk about NaNoWriMo. It's been a little while since I've done these videos, so I have to remember how to not say right. Okay, I saw a video by Katie Tastic in one of these corners that I will put it up. I don't know where. Okay, a little bit of experience with my NaNoWriMo. I was in a writing group about 3 years ago, or I started a writing group. I'm still in it. But I was in a writing group with an advisor about 3 years ago. And he was really the first one who mentioned NaNoWriMo to me. And I was like, sounds like a fun idea. So I started looking around on the internet and found Katie Tastic videos where there's a dog barking outside. Ignore the dog. I found Katie Tastic videos from like 2011 or so that she did. And I was like, I'm going to try this. So I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't that year, because 2013 is when I actually started it. I think I had prepared myself and gotten ready for it by that time, because in 2013 I did it unofficially, and by unofficially I mean I didn't use the website or anything. I just said, I'm going to write 50,000 words this year. And I wrote a novella that was 26,000 words, so success, kind of. I mean, I didn't reach the 50,000 words, but I did complete a book length kind of thing. It's really a short story, but I'm padding that still 2 years later, and I hope to get that actually to a novel length. Last year, though, 2014, is when I actually did join the NaNoWriMo website and get on there and try to write a book. And I called it The Protector. Basically, it was a Power Rangers, kind of a darker version of the Power Rangers, not the thing that's going on the internet with the really grimy, dark take on it. I don't know where I even looked to find that, because I saw it just offhandedly. But it's still being referenced on the internet, so I guess it's still apparent. Apparent? One of those words I need to use. But I tried writing that book, and November was not a good time for me last year. The last year was just not a good time for me. But needless to say, I didn't make it. I think I made a video last year or early this year talking about it. So, whatever. So this year I'm going to try again. And I have questions from the Katie Tastic video that she just did yesterday, the day before, that I'm going to answer, and it covers the next thing I'm going to work on. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, the first question. How many times have you done NaNoWriMo? Twice. Once officially, once unofficially, as I just said. Okay, but I've actually written the On the Edge of Comfort novel that I mentioned a while back. Still have 3 chapters, but it's good 90,000 words, so it's almost done. That's on pause while I do it this month for the next book. Question number 2. How did you first find out about NaNoWriMo? I just answered this question. Is there anyone that I didn't answer? I don't know. But I heard about it from the guy who was in charge of my writing group, and then I went and researched it on my own. Question 3. What was the name of the first novel you attempted with Nano? Okay, the first attempted novel was Yui. That's the one that was the novella. That I wasn't on the website or anything like that. Now, last year was The Protector, as I said, which I never finished, obviously, but I need to get back to that. I just hadn't built the world enough to actually write in it. I was just kind of walking the character around in a circle kind of thing. It didn't work. Number 4. Give us 1-sentence summary of what you're writing this year. That's the hard part. It's a fantasy, so it's not going to be 1 sentence. It's a fantasy, but I don't know exactly. I know it's a revenge story, with a dude going around. He's either going after a witch of sorts or his brother. But as I came to the conclusion last night, I may do 2 novels with this character because I have a big enough story for both topics. I don't know. This is the problem with thinking the whole year you're going to do a NaNoWriMo and a Western. Yes. And then about 3 months ago, I could do a literary novel about this other idea. And then about a week ago, that literary novel is really hard to write. You haven't got anything for it. Now these fantasy ideas, how about you play with that? So I'm working with fantasy. And I have, something like around 7 hours before November 1st. Yeah. We'll see what happens. What's the best writing advice you've ever been given? Probably just kind of like a Ray Bradbury or Asimov, just kind of do it. Not sit down in your chair and just type, because it works sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. I'm an outliner for novels. Short stories I can write on just a whim, but novels I have to have some kind of structure. That's what I found out last year whenever I failed NaNoWriMo, and that's it. I needed more structure because I had the basic idea and I had the ending in mind, but not really anything else. So it didn't pan out. That's why I need an outline, and I don't have one yet. So I'm working on that today as I work graveyard shift, but at least I'll be up at midnight till 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. Next question. Did you ever take a year off from NaNoWriMo? Why? Not yet. I quite enjoy it. And I hope to keep doing it every year. I don't know how long it will last. I just find it fun. I like goals. To have a set goal to get towards. 50,000 words is a good goal. Question 7. What's your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? Kind of a lot of things, because I pick up inspiration whenever I pace when I think. So mostly when I walk is when I find a lot of ideas. I know that much. And then I know I get a lot of ideas in the car because I have a 20-30 minute commute to work. Not every day, but just about every day. And I listen to loud music, and obviously somebody, like I'm listening to Trivium or Metallica or whatever, and I hear a line, I'm like, I wonder what would happen, and then it branches off into whatever. Anything really. If it's something just sparks my interest, I find it fascinating. I have, either earlier this year or last year, I watched Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said a lot about Europa, and I got an idea for a short story to begin with, but I think I can actually stretch it into a novel about aliens on Europa. Sci-fi book, maybe. I don't know. It's still in the planning process. I have characters and then a kind of plot, but not really a ending. Read us the first sentence of your novel. Oh, wait. Read us the first sentence of one of your novels. Since I have On the Edge of Comfort, let's look at the first line, see how bad or good it is. Meeting new people had always been one of my biggest fears. Let's keep going. Meeting new people have always been one of my biggest fears. That strange moment of, do I talk first, or am I supposed to be smiling here, always confused me. I just never knew how to act around people I didn't know, or even people I did know. How was that? Interesting? Makes you want to read? Well, actually, plug. If you want to read, I think the first 9 chapters of On the Edge of Comfort, I have written them and put them on Wattpad, and you can look in the description and find them if you want to read it. Once I finish it, I am going to take probably about 2 or 3 weeks to go back and edit some of it, And then I'll probably get back on Wattpad and publish a chapter every week or every 2 weeks, whatever it would be. I do want to finish putting it up on Wattpad. My actual first novel, which is On the Edge of Comfort. Because I know it's novel length. That's my excuse at least. And then, finally, the last question. Why do you love writing? I am a process junkie. What does that mean? I enjoy the process of things. Yes, sometimes it gets a little on my nerves. But that's if no progress is being made. But process, I enjoy the idea of whenever you get that initial idea in your brain, coming up with a story, it's like, okay, well, this is going to happen. Well, what if I apply this other idea that I've been had and mix the two? Oh, well, that brings in a new thing. That kind of stuff fascinates me. So, in the same way, whenever I'm playing guitar and making up songs, it's, here's a riff. Well, I had this old riff. I want to put that in there. Well, that doesn't fit, but maybe this will. It's the ideas that pop. You can feel your brain actually turning. It's not just, oh, I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. No, I can actually see my brain sparking with inspiration. I think that's why I love writing so much, just because it's cathartic. Is that the right word? Possibly. And also, it gets the demons out of my head, so that's a plus. So, that's all the questions that Katie Tastic video had. I'll link that down here too, so you can see that thing of sorts and whatnot. She speaks a lot better than I do. Especially when you don't make a video in 6 months? Sorry. I don't have an excuse for that. I started back school, so I could say that. I'm working my way into graduate school, but not quite there yet, if that makes sense. Only because I took 4 years off. Yeah. We're not going to get into that right now. Maybe another video. Maybe. I don't know. So, to everyone who's doing NaNoWriMo, whichever one you want to pronounce it, good luck. And I hope you do well. And find me on it. Friend me. Talk to me. Let's see what we have in common. No, that's just creepy. But if you do want to find me on NaNoWriMo, I am going to leave a link in the bottom. So, plenty of things downstairs for you to read. If you want to... Why did I go into accent? I don't know. I don't know why I went into accent. But if you want to find me, go downstairs. Oh my. We're not going to go there. I'm going to leave now because I am half asleep and I got to edit this before I go to sleep. Because I want to get this out on the 31st. And I talk with my hands. And I know that too much. I'm sorry. But it's just me. It's just a scene. Sorry, Eminem. I'm gone for now. Ta-ta. Good luck for everybody on NaNoWriMo. Bye.